T, this is a pretty sweet live eye.
This is a sweet live eye, and as Thor just said, Don, you're about to introduce us to the largest bird of prey found in North America.
You know that, Thor Diakow, he knows his stuff. Yes, the largest bird of prey in North America. In fact, Mindy, you were saying the golden eagle is truly the top of the food chain, and if you want to see a disturbing video, Google attacks, because these eagles will actually attack something as large as a deer.
Yeah, that's correct. They definitely go after much larger prey than any other bird of prey in North America. They've been known to go after small deer and mountain goats, things like that. So what's interesting about the golden eagles, they're often mistaken for a juvenile bald eagle. So one of the characteristics you're going to find with a golden eagle is of course at the nape of the neck we've got the golden feathers. They do have a very small black beak compared to a large beak that a bald eagle has. And one of the other identifying factors is a golden eagle actually has feathers all the way down to the top of their feet, whereas it's okay, Bruce. Whereas a bald eagle basically is wearing capri pants. You'll notice that they have, bare yellow legs, and that's for fishing because they're always hunting in the water, right? So those are a couple of identifying factors. This young juvenile male was brought in from Prince George. He was found on the ground, unable to fly, severely emaciated, and what we are treating him for as well is an infection in his right knee.
So you actually have been doing an examination, and what do you have to do here for him now?
He just needs an injection of some antibiotics to help with that infection. So I'm just going to go ahead on this side.
Sure, I'll let you go over there. By the way, people can help out the Orphan Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. They have a big event that's happening called OWL I Want for Christmas, and of course to treat birds like this too, Mindy. I mean, this is important work, but it's also expensive work.
It is expensive, and this is one of the reasons we're having a fundraiser is just to keep us going and to keep treating these injured birds that come into us. We're almost at 600 birds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Important work they do here, Russ. So once again, people can make their way out here to Delta. More details on how you can help OWL, you can check out their website. Coming up next, we're going to be treating a barred owl, feeding one, I believe.
Yes.
Well, important work and amazing creatures. Look at the talons on that golden eagle. That's got to be the same size as my hand, for heaven's sake.
OWL I Want for Christmas is a big open house that's happening this Saturday out in Delta at the Orphan Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. And we got Colin right now holding Mindy, a barred owl. Tell us a little bit about barred owls.
Okay, the barred owl is probably the most common species of owls we have here in the Lower Mainland. Well, all over British Columbia, actually. And it's interesting because they really didn't start migrating to this location until about the late 40s, early 50s. And I guess they just realized it was a great place to live. So we have an abundance of the barred owls. But this year it's been a tough year for the barred owl. We've actually had admitted into the hospital 96 barred owls this year, and the two most common injuries we're seeing are hit by car and window strikes. And so one of the things the public can do to help in this regard, especially with window strikes, is to put decals on their windows to sort of show an owl, or a bird for that matter, that there's something there, don't go that way. And so any kind of decal in the shape of a bird or whatever, that would actually help deter a bird from hitting a window.
What are some of the identifying characteristics of a barred owl?
Well, the barred owl actually, unfortunately, this little guy, his eyes are closed. He is suffering from head trauma after being hit by a car. He came to us from Gibson's, and they have big, beautiful black eyes, and that's one of the identifying features. And when they're sitting upright and looking healthy and happy, they actually have markers on their tummy that look like bars, and that's where the name comes from. It's just straight stripes that go across. That's how you identify a barred owl.
What are we going to be feeding this one here?
Okay, so because this little guy is suffering from head trauma, he cannot feed himself, so we do have to assist in the feeding. And so this morning he's getting some nice, yummy quail.
Yum, 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 delicious. So as you continue to feed this barred owl, do we have any idea on if or when you might be able to release?
It's really hard to say at this point. I mean, when they're in this kind of condition, it really is a 50-50 chance. All we can do is what we're doing, feeding, fluids, medications.
Expensive to care for.
It's extremely expensive to care for. How
much per day?
We're looking at about roughly $5 a day.
$5 a day.
And
so
at 96 barred owls this year alone, It's adding up
It
very
is adding
quickly
up.
here this year.
And so Jody and Riaz, people can help. I mean, of course, they're always accepting donations, but you can also make your way here to Owl I Want for Christmas out in Delta on Saturday. More details on their website. Coming up in the next segment, Snoopy.
It's your favorite.
Snoopy's a favorite on BT, and hey, you talk about Giving Tuesday, a great way to give back and help the crew out in Delta.
Well, Mindy, I wasn't kidding. Snoopy is absolutely adorable. A lot of people do want to take these little animals home, or these birds.
Yeah, when they see just how actually cute little Snoopy here is, that is a question we get, but it's important to remember that birds of prey are definitely not pets, and they are not to be in a home environment. They're to be in a bird of prey rehabilitation environment.
And so important. Now, the education that happens in this schoolhouse is super, super important. So what do we need to know about Snoopy?
Well, Snoopy was likely struck by a car. He was found in a parking lot in Richmond in 2007, and he was suffering from a left wing injury and also head trauma. So he is with us on a permanent basis and helping us educate the public on the importance of birds of prey in our environment.
You know, when you see him against the Christmas tree and the Christmas ornaments, he's not really any bigger than some of those ornaments. People don't really have a concept, I think, of the scale until they see it again.
Snoopy's a northern saw-whet owl, and he is full grown. That's it.
Now, people will have an opportunity to potentially see Snoopy this Saturday. We have a big event, Owl I Want for Christmas.
I know, we are so excited this year. Yes, you can come and meet Snoopy. Santa will also be here with a couple of his owl friends. You can have your picture taken with Santa and one of his live owl friends. There's going to be Beaver Tails food truck. There's going to be carolers, raffle prizes, all the gifts you can think of for those birds of prey lovers. It's going to be amazing.
I think
We're
it's
so
Thor.
excited.
Thor might be in for that.
Yeah, come on down, Thor.
For more details, of course, you can check out the OWL website. Snoopy, you'll be here. Yeah. Will our viewers?